Hey guys, it's Woodworking Nonsense here. What I'm going to be showing you today is how to make a modern industrial looking coffee pour over. These things make awesome Christmas, birthday presents. I've given them a bunch to family and friends and they've all really enjoyed them. Or if you're a coffee snob like me and you want to up your game a little bit, it's an awesome thing to add to your kitchen. Plus it can look pretty classy if you take your time with it. What's also great is that these are super easy, introductory, do-it-yourself projects. You don't need a ton of tools, nothing fancy, right? And it's pretty easy to make it look pretty good. So, what do you need? First is some kind of base, right? I'm going to be using this piece of maple. I already planed it down, sanded it a little bit, gave it some fun edges, stuff like that, right? Make it a little bit unique. It's a little bit over an inch thick, maybe 12 inches or so long and 6 or 7 inches wide. Alright, so that'll be the base. You can use anything. It's pretty fun to use live edge, scraps or cut off pieces because they got some unique shape to them and figure. For the pour over part of it, you're going to need some the tubing. You can buy this at Lowe's or Home Depot or a bunch of places on the internet. You're going to need a couple different pieces. Let's walk through it. You're going to need what's called an adapter if you're trying to buy this online or from a store. Basically a threaded plug, right? You're going to need a coupler, right? So this is just basically a threaded piece to join two pieces of pipe. The main stem, threaded at both ends. This is 6 inches long. I've found that that's the best length for coffee pour overs. If you make it too long, then the funnel for the coffee is too far away from your cup and you can have problems. Too short and the coffee cup won't fit under there, so 6 inches I think is a good one to go with. And then finally you're going to need 3 more pieces. Let's take these apart real quick. You're going to need this 90-degree angle, right? That's going to go on top of the stem here, like this. You're going to need a short section of pipe, usually about 2 inches. You can go a little longer, a little shorter though, depending on what you want to do. It's going to thread on here. Finally you're going to need this 90-degree junction. That's going to go into the very end. Alright? I'll crank these down when I'm done, but for now this is what we're looking at. This is going to stand on here, in some spot. And you're going to have your funnel that goes through it. This is a 100mm diameter funnel, and you can buy these off Amazon or most places online, usually $5 or $6 a funnel. Okay? How we're joining it to the board is kind of the only real trick. What we're going to do is we're going to drill 2 holes that are each a different diameter. If you look at this picture, I tried to make it clear. Basically what we're going to do is, if this is our base, we're going to have the coupler that's going to sit on top like so, and we're going to have a small hole that allows the threaded piece of the adapter to fit up through. To make that fit through, we're going to have to cut a larger hole in the bottom of the base, okay? So you're going to basically be clamping a bit of the base between these 2 pieces. The only real tools you need to do this are a drill or a drill press, and either some pliers or sockets to tighten everything down at the end. And of course, you want to sand it and stuff like that, whatever finish you prefer. So this is already kind of roughed out. I'm going to hit the edges with a router and just, chamfer them a little bit. But otherwise, we're just going to drill a quick holes and put this thing together. So what you're going to want to do is figure out your layout, right? So I want my funnel to be, where. If I have this guy, how do you want to lay out your piece? So if I put him about here, that's where my funnel will be. This is where my coffee cup would be sitting. So let's go with that. I kind of like it. So we just kind of mark out a rough spot, right? This is roughly where the cup is going to be sitting. And then I'm going to drill a hole over here all the way through just for grabbing the piece, if you want to move it around or something a little bit easier, okay? So really we just have a couple of things. We have here, and we have something over there, okay? Hopefully you can see that pencil on the wood. I know it's a little bit tough. All right, let's go to the drill press. Okay, so What I like to do is drill a pilot hole all the way through the piece. And that helps me get both of these aligned when I drill with my Forstner bits, okay? So I'm just gonna, you know, rough out and pick a spot. Doesn't have to be super exact, but that's gonna be my guide hole for the Forstner bits. And that's what the steel piping is gonna go through. So real quick, we're gonna punch this hole. Nice, right? Perfect. Okay, we're going to change this. We're going to put on our first Forstner bit. I'm going to use a big 1.5 inch piece. This is what's going to be on the bottom of our pour over. So we flip our piece over, right? That's the hole we're looking for right here. Now the trick is you only want to drill like maybe a quarter or so of the way into this piece. I don't want to go too far. So I'll get things aligned, right? What helps with the Forstner bits is that they got this point, right? And that's the centering point that I'm using. I'm putting that right in the hole that I just drilled, okay? And that's how it's going to help me keep both sides of this lined up. So hold it down. Cool, we got a hole starting, right? Now the thing is, we want the rim of this coupler to sit below the edge of that hole, okay? Or else it's going to be proud and your thing isn't going to lay flat. So I want to go just a hair deeper, okay? Let's tighten that down. Oh. All right. That'll definitely rest below it. So all we're going to do now is we're going to flip this over. We're going to change this Forstner bit to a 1 inch bit, okay? So take that one off, put our 1 inch bit on. Now this one is going to go all the way through, okay? So we flip it back to the top, line up that little point with our hole. All right, let's do it. All right, so this should thread through here. And that will go on top. But look, this isn't this hole in the back isn't deep enough to allow the threads for this adapter to reach up, right? So what I need to do is put the 1.5 inch Forstner bit back on and drill this a little bit deeper, okay? All right, let's take a look. There we go. What we can do now is we can thread this on. And that's it, right? That's clamped through the bottom. That's secure on top. Let's take it apart. Now remember, I wanted to drill a hole over here, so we'll do that real quick, and that's just to grab it. Cool. All right, we're just about done, to be honest. So the last things we want to do are chamfer off this hole, make it a little bit nicer, easier to grab, and I'm going to hit these edges. Let me get my router and we'll do that. Okay, just going to sand it down. I'm going to hit it with sandpaper a couple times and we'll be home free. All right. Alright, now obviously you can sand this down as far as you want to go. You know, I just did a quick 120, 220. This was already plain, so it's in pretty good shape. I do want to hit a quick chamfer on these edges, so I'm going to do that. Bring this down just a little bit. Ah, gotta plug it in though. Alright, now all you gotta do is put this thing together. So first we send our adapter underneath, get it centered on the hole, and then tighten your coupler down. I'm gonna get that pretty tight. Alright? Take your vertical pipe, thread that on. You wanna put these on tight, but you don't wanna go crazy and crank them in, because it'll just be a pain to get them apart in the future if you ever gotta take it apart. So, you know, be careful. Right? Bam! You got one modern industrial looking coffee pour over. Alright, pretty cool. So I'm gonna go grab some oil, we'll give this thing a quick finish, and then it'll be done. Alright, so you're gonna want to take it apart to put your finish on. I'm just gonna use Danish oil. You can get this at Home Depot or Lowe's. You could use tung oil, you can use mineral oil, you could stain it or something if you wanted. I'm not a huge fan of staining hardwoods just because why are you getting hardwoods if you're going to stain them? But hey, you do you. You got to live your best life, right? Alright, so let's just give this a quick coat. So this is always one of my favorite parts is, you know, putting the finish on. Not only does it mean the project is done, but you know, you can kind of see how it's going to really come out and what it's going to look like. Hopefully your vision, whatever you had in your head, is what it's starting to look like. If you've ever miserably failed on a piece, well, welcome to the club. I really like spalted maple for the patterning, which I think a lot of people do. Probably my third favorite after cherry or black walnut. Really like cherry. I'm a big fan of just oil finishes. You know, it's a whole art, and I don't pretend to know enough to, you know, tell you what to do. There's way better people than me out there with better insight. I like just giving it a couple coats of oil, and then, you know, once every couple months go back over and give it one or two more, and eventually that'll build up to a real nice finish, real durable finish too. Make sure you get down in that hole. All right, and we are done. So let's put this together one last time. I put them on a little tight. Let's see if I can do this all at once. Come on. There we go. That's it. If you want, you can really, you know, crank on this thing with some pliers and stuff. I think plenty stable enough for just making coffee in your kitchen. And that's it, guys. We got one modern industrial looking coffee pour over. You know, easy to make. Anyone can do it. Probably cost you 20, 25 bucks in materials. Anyways, hope this was helpful. Leave a comment, give me a like or something. Check me out on Instagram at Woodworking Nonsense. It's a fun hobby. Alright guys, take it easy. Till next time.